Hi, welcome to Kiwi Orthotic Services template series. Today we're going to look at a couple of dress orthotic designs from the actual dress template itself to the heel dress design and the business casual design. So to start us off, with the standard dress orthotic design, what we have physically here is a small profile graphite shell that's just onto a 3/4 length with a matching 3/4 length cover. On the template, this will be an ultra suede, a black ultra suede, which is nice and soft and cushy. The demo I'm holding is actually a smooth, genuine leather, which is one of my preferences for a lot of patients because it's a little easier to clean, but won't be as comfortable against just nylons or bare feet. So you'll see I have another dress design with the ultra suede on, a little softer, and you'll see this option I have just extended to sulcus with just a thin PPT 4-foot extension. But there is the dress orthotic. Super simple and minimal, fits into a lot of different types of footwear, especially ones that don't have removable liners. Maybe the toe shape is pointed or rounded in different types of footwear that the patient has, and they want something that's going to be easy to move around from shoe to shoe. It can still be worn in more athletic footwear and runners, but by designing it to fit into the slimmest option that they have, it creates the more versatile option. Now, it's not as supportive as some, so if you're looking at trying to control a lot of major pronation or controlling a more pes planus foot, probably not the option I would go with. Try instead to convince the patient to wear more supportive, more accommodative footwear that'll take a better orthotic. Now, in terms of the heel dress design, thankfully we're not seeing the need for this quite as often these days because there's a lot of companies that have taken it out of their wearing heels out of their dress code. But we still get a lot of people these days that wear a lot of heels. And if it's a structured heel that can accommodate an orthotic, then this can be a great option for a secondary or tertiary set for somebody. Essentially, what we have is a 3/4 length shell, typically made out of a polypropylene. And then, in order to have this sit properly in the shoe, we have this funky cobra cutout in the shell. It gives it kind of a nice look. But the reason is that if we take a regular 3/4 length shell and we try to put that on the pitch of a heel, well, most heels are pitched with a curve. And so you'll end up getting this wobble effect that just doesn't feel comfortable, isn't going to really be secure. When we have the Cobra design, that allows us to actually bend the plastic over that curve, and it can fit up to roughly about 1.5 to 2 inch height heels. The heel, it is best if it has some sort of backing or heel counter on it to help hold that piece in. And if it has some sort of closure, Mary Jane style strap or laces or Velcro, whatever it is, that's always best as well. I find really slim, open heels don't work that well with this design. Better for the patient to just minimize the time that they're having to spend in that type of shoe. Heeled dress boots and casual boots for winter and fall work quite well with these designs as well. So that's the Cobra heel design. And lastly, we have the business casual for any footwear that are just a little deeper fitting or have the option to loosen them up if they have laces or any other type of closure like that you can adjust. Or if they have a removable liner, but it's a slimmer, lower volume shoe than most athletic shoes. The business casual design is great for that. It's a medium profile polypropylene shell. Again, 3/4 length for the shell. But then we have a full length combination cover of a 1.5 millimeter MC puff, goes all the way to toes, and then just a sleek, smooth black vinyl on top of that. So something that's easy to clean, doesn't catch against socks or nylons when you're trying to slide the foot into a slimmer fitting shoe. And then because it's fitted to toes, it's not going to move around or shift like you can sometimes have with the shorter 3/4 length designs. So overall, if you can accommodate the full length design into a shoe, then this is usually preferable just because it's more secure. It's not going to shift and move around. It's going to fit a lot of different types of footwear and works quite well for that. So those are the types of designs there. The one piece that I'll make a note for these shorter ones, if you do find you have a patient that really likes the versatility of the 3/4 length dress orthotic, but just finds that it does slip and move in some of their footwear, we do have an option to just put a bottom cover on the edge of the orthotic. So on the distal, maybe 1 centimeter, 1.5 centimeters here. If you select bottom cover, that lets us know to put something on a strip of some material down here, usually that canvas durasole. I'll sometimes use a Niplex material, which is just a grippy foam. And it just means that when it's in a slippery type shoe, that's going to have a little bit more traction instead of moving back and forth when they're trying to put their foot in. So hopefully that gives you a lot of good information on ordering dress orthotics. If you do have any other follow-up questions, feel free to reach out to myself or the rest of the team and be happy to help you out. Cheers.